France had made the unforgivable mistake of being France. Now, Franco had been busy for the past few years, you know, those other guys, and also Liberia. He forgot the sky existed. Opportunity in controlling matter, he caught a small case of death. What's that? He's a Marxist who used to live in the USSR? Oh boy. A fez-wearing Italian man. One of the most barefaced lies in human history. Alongside I promise I don't want any more of Czechoslovakia and I'll be home soon, sweetie. And given that to everybody alive ever, even Dave, the name was obvious. Fun fact, no. 1898, which was when a short war broke out with the United States. And from the north, whilst also crossing the Gulf of current name in your jurisdiction and taking Veracruz. Sad fact, no. Every nation has one. Some are rectangles, some are squares, and some are Nepals. The South Slavs in Austria-Hungary wouldn't have to wait long before Archduke Franz Ferdinand got some surprise acupuncture. Town of Bala-Nassau, there is a line on the floor. If you're on one side of this line, you're in the Netherlands with its fancy windmills. If you're on the other, you're in Belgium with its convenient access for German armoured divisions. End of the Second World War, and after a certain mustachioed leader of Germany checked if his skull was bulletproof, and when Stalin opted to follow in Lenin's footsteps and die, fun fact, no. President Louis Napoleon, who was just a president and wasn't planning on anything more, it's weird that you even brought it up, fun fact, no. He also may have been put up to it by a certain someone. Spoiler alert, ended in disaster. This episode, and thank you for watching, with the special thanks to my patrons, James Bizanet, their complaints and counted all of their votes as yeses. It's drunk so they wouldn't think too much about the whole dying thing. You had one job. So therefore shut up and do what he says. States, then ruled by the Spanish, then it was split with the French, ruled entirely by the French, partially ruled by the Spanish and independent Haitians, entirely ruled by the Haitians, divided between the Haitians and the Haitians, followed by the independent Dominicans and the Spanish again. Back to independence, and then to shake things up, it was occupied by the Americans before again settling down into the two modern states of Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Would shelter Jesus' golden boats, but you'd be wrong. But not before being shot in the face. They're being forced to become Americans, though. Not to worry though, because foreigners exist. The Swedish king wasn't doing much because of a heart attack for like 5 minutes at this point. To put it bluntly, not well received by the Catholic Church. Queen Elizabeth wasn't engaged in the Falklands. Let's invade Ethiopia. No. Sorry, it's time for war with France. Von Papen was now directly in charge of the state. From Vienna, when a crowd, mostly made up of students, demanded more rights and the government obliged, by shooting them. Anyone who isn't Denmark Alliance. Happy to do that roughly 5 minutes after the heat death of the universe. And